Get a Job in Tech, episode 366. Some of the career mistakes you may make, and how do you accelerate your career, essentially. Number one, the loyalty illusion. Now, it's very difficult to say this if you get a bonus from a company and you feel great about that bonus. But staying too long out of comfort or obligation, believing a company's loyalty equals career security, missing growth while waiting for recognition. How do you fix this? Evaluate your market value every 6 months. Make decisions based on growth, not comfort. Number two, the expertise trap. Becoming so specialized, you become pigeonholed. Being too valuable in your current role to promote. Creating golden handcuffs through narrow excellence. How do you resolve this? Identify adjacent skills that complement your expertise. Dedicate time weekly to broaden your capabilities. Number three, the invisibility crisis. Doing great work that nobody notices. Assuming results speak for themselves. Building value without visibility. How do you fix this? You create a wins document and share relevant achievements with decision makers monthly. That's a great idea. Number four, the network neglect. Building connections only when you need them. Focusing solely on immediate team relationships and creating a support vacuum when you need it the most. How do you resolve this? Schedule one coffee chat weekly with someone outside your immediate circle. Number five, the worth underestimation. Accepting below market compensation. Failing to negotiate effectively, which everybody does, and letting salary fall behind value. How do you resolve this? Research industry compensation data quarterly. Interview regularly, even when satisfied. Good recommendation for this is salary.com or some sort of salary site that tells you what salaries are. Number six, the conflict avoidance. Letting small issues grow into career limitations. Choosing comfort over necessary conversations. And building reputation as a pushover. Don't do that. How do you resolve this? Address one difficult conversation that you've been avoiding this week. For example, someone talks to you or chats with you and is abrupt and perhaps is not professional in that aspect, and you kind of have to get information out of them. After a while, you're just asking for something simple that they know how to do, but they make it so difficult to figure out, because who can know everything? And what do? They say, oh, sorry. I don't need your sorry. I don't need your sorry. I just need you to act like a professional human being. Yeah, I get it. You've worked so many more years than me. I understand that. But I don't know everything. Who can know everything? Nobody. No one can know everything. And guess what? A lot of people forget a lot of stuff all the time. So just realize that. Realize people forget stuff. It happens. 100%. Number seven, the identity stagnation. Defining yourself by early career choices. For instance, you're in tech, you're in IT, let's say, for instance, and you establish yourself as a help desk individual and not wanting to move up because you're in your comfort zone. You define yourself by early career choices in that regard. Now, that sounds so bad, but if you work at Walmart and you work at McDonald's and you're just working there for $12 an hour and you've worked there 10 years and you go on this podcast with some senator saying that you don't know why you can't make more money. Hello, working at McDonald's for 20 years, you're not a manager, but you say, oh, I like it because I'm a I'm the customer service and I like my job. I get it, but you're not also, it's fine, whatever. Just don't expect different results if you're not willing to do the work. And if you work at McDonald's and you're still not a server, a customer, where you order food, maybe you're a cook. If you're still doing that after 15 years and you complain about the monthly salary, you're just talking to the wall. Yeah, maybe sure that senator is going to care and he's going to have empathy for you, but he's just doing it so he can get clicks or get click views or something like that. They don't care. No one cares. Because first, think of it in somebody else's situation. If you were to get paid $30 an hour, $40 an hour just to make hamburgers, do you know how much the hamburgers would be cost? They would cost probably, let's see, what's a double quarter pounder with cheese? What is that? $10, something like that. So if that's $10 and you're making $12 an hour, and it takes you can make how many double quarters in an hour? So the double quarter is probably going to increase probably 3 times, because if you're making $30 an hour working at McDonald's, everybody else is making the same. Therefore, they have to charge them more for the burgers. So that's how it plays out. Back to our regular scheduled program here. Number 7, the identity stagnation. Define yourself by early career choices. Letting past roles limit future options. There you go. Becoming the job instead of doing the job. How do you master this or get around it or resolve it? Write the ideal career description, regardless of your path. Take one step toward this every month. Number 8, the skill expiration. This definitely is an IT. Relying on outdated expertise, 100%. That CCNA you had before, sometimes it's not relevant unless you know some programming languages. Well, maybe you know some Python or you know some extra programming knowledge to complement that. That's what they're looking for nowadays. Failing to anticipate industry shifts, which is a key one. The shift now is to the cloud. And in order to get to the cloud, you got to know like AWS. That's a big one because all these companies are moving their servers to data centers. Not all of them, but they're moving to data centers, secure data centers. So you got to know some AWS there. And also some of them have a hybrid where they have part are in the data center and then part are in the cloud. So you got to know some of those skills as well. Failing to anticipate industry changes, becoming obsolete while comfortable. That one right there, becoming obsolete while comfortable. That means you're in a position, you're in a job. Not so much IT. There's a way out of IT. There's a way that you could tackle this and hone your skills, because the IT skill set is very transferable in other IT ventures. Whereas if you work at McDonald's, becoming obsolete while comfortable, that's obsolete right there working at McDonald's. No offense to McDonald's workers. To serve my burgers, thank you very much. But that's obsolete right there. You're gonna wake up 10 years later, and it's nobody's fault. Really, it's nobody's fault except your own. There's too many resources out there for someone to work at McDonald's for 15 years or 10 years and wake up and say, where did this go? What happened? And it's so easy to do that because everybody around you is comfortable as well. Some of them don't want to see you succeed, be honest with you. You got to realize that about other humans. There's people out there like that. They don't want to see you succeed. That's just how it is. And realize that. They're not on your path. You're not on their path. Your path is your path. Your goals are your goals. Ask yourself this. When you go to the break room at McDonald's, what are people talking about? Are they talking about getting better, getting a better job? Are they? I don't know. I don't work there. But it's something to think about when you work there. And the stress level as well that comes along with working in one of those companies. Yeah, it can't be healthy. for a while. So how do you get over this, or how do you master it? You identify the emergent skills in your field, create a learning plan for one future relevant capability. A lot of individuals who work in McDonald's, for instance, rather, and they go to a boot camp, or they go in IT, they work at help desk, and then they move from there. So that's an example of identifying a future relevant capability. Number 9, the mentor mirage, or mirage. Waiting for perfect guidance. Boy, that's it right there. Meaning you're waiting for someone who is your age, who looks like you, whatever, to give you this special guidance. It's not going to happen. It's out there, and you have to kind of just decipher it. And it may not sound like you want it to sound, but it's still the relevant guidance. Expecting others to manage your growth. That's another one right there. So key. Delaying progress while seeking direction. It's really easy to do that. Everybody does it. For example, delaying progress while seeking direction. You're in a job that you don't like, and you're just waiting for something to happen so you get the confidence to leave. Maybe you're waiting for them to lay off. I don't know, whatever. So how do you resolve this or get around it, basically? Is create your own development plan. Find resources, courses, like on udemy.com, and experiences without waiting for formal mentorship. For example, whatever state you live in, go to a Starbucks. Get a book, start reading it. Go to Barnes & Noble, for that matter, and ask for a book on careers, and just thumb through it, get some ideas, how to get a career, how to get a better job, etc. Or buy the book, whatever it costs. Read it in Barnes & Noble. You're surrounded by that atmosphere. Number 10, the decision deferral. Staying in roles that no longer serve growth. Waiting for perfect timing to make moves. Creating opportunity costs through hesitation. How do you get around this? You set decision deadlines for major career choices. Commit to action even when imperfect information. And finally, number 11, the power surrender. Letting others define your career path. This is so key right there. Remember you work at McDonald's? You're letting, in your lunch break, everybody complains about the job. I don't know. I don't work there, but I assume some people do, because they think I should be doing better. Every job is like that. Well, IT's not, but nonetheless, maybe some IT are, but not the places I worked at. They don't do that. And you're letting those other individuals, it's like this, right? It's like this. You're taking advice from somebody who makes the same amount as you do. Why? And they don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you get better. 100%. That's human nature. Because then how are they going to look at themselves? If you got better, then how are they going to look at themselves? Sure, maybe they're a little happy. Okay, you make another, let's say $1,000 a month, right? But if they see you making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, you're going to feel a certain way about that. Accepting company narrative about your potential. The company, they're going to do what they need to do. Their bottom line is profit, essentially. And you have to look out for yourself. Look out for your skill set. Look out for your career growth. And finally, giving away control of your professional story. Meaning, you're not on LinkedIn, whatever LinkedIn. When you go on an interview, you got to go on multiple interviews, right? Essentially, because the more interviews you go on, the more you develop yourself. The more you understand, what do you do? What is it about your job that you like? What are you about? What's your career growth? And then you can understand it. Thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next one.